All right. Thank you, everyone. First of all, David, thank you so much for putting this event together. It is an amazing annual event where all the women get together to teach trading. And it's so amazing to see so many women in trading. I remember when I first started, there were not many women involved in trading, educators or traders. So today I will be talking about swinging into wealth in 2025, and I will explain to you the reasons why I love swing trading as well as investing. So first of all, for those of you that are new and do not know me, my name is Anka Metcalf, and I'm the CEO and founder of TradeOutLoud.com, which is a trading education firm that is specialized in educating individuals how to day trade, swing trade, and invest in the markets. I have been a professional independent trader for more than 20 years, focused on day trading, swing trading, and investing. And prior to becoming a professional independent trader, I come with 10 plus years in investment banking experience. I run two very successful services with the Trade Out Loud. You probably just heard me that I exited a trade. I was in NASDAQ futures long, and we made about 35 points in about half an hour. Market is very slow today. And I run a trading room. And I started running the trading room in 2017 when I realized that traders were contacting me because I was, always a day trader prior to, definitely, coming from the investing background and coming from the swing trading background, from the hedge fund background. But I dove into day trading to create my income. So a lot of traders were asking me, okay, what are you doing? Because you're not day trading stocks anymore. So I shifted to futures actually at the advice of my CPA. And that is for tax purposes. And I really was a little bit reluctant at first, but then, I just ran with it and I loved it because there is really less work involved in day trading futures than day trading stocks. And of course, because I do come from the investing background, yes, I do run a swing trading service. It's called a Stock Swing Trader since the inception of the company in 2010. And you can actually find the performance portfolio since 2010 on our website. We do offer, again, trading education for day trading and for swing trading, day trading, and for investing. And in fact, we're going to be separating the swing trading from investing course. And we're going to have a really big launch in June. I specialize in high velocity trades. So basically what a velocity trade is the area at which there are multiple trigger points that collide and create the pop-up or the breakdown into the pattern of a trade. I'm also the designer of an institutional proprietary trading system that is based on price support resistance, but I'm not just focused on price support and resistance. I actually look at supply and demand. I actually look at 8 layers of price support resistance. I have developed trigger times, and these are proprietary to Trade Out Loud in specific price zones where institutional traders leg in and leg out. We have a system of identifying those. And of course, chart synchronicity and divergency. And in fact, today, if you were looking at the market, you saw that we had a pretty good price action activity in NASDAQ and in the SPX. And a little bit choppier in Russell and into the Dow, but they're catching up quickly right now. But it's all about synchronicity and divergency. So at the open today, we had quite a massive divergency because we had all the indices running down and just breaking lows. And we had one index that was holding the 5-minute open low. So that was the reason why I selected NASDAQ. So just to get started, it's never too late to start trading, especially if you want to create income, obviously generate wealth. Supplement your income. This is where, and this is so awesome because you could do it from the comfort of your own home. All you need is a computer and an internet connection, of course, trading knowledge. But I just want to start out by asking you guys, do you know how much money you need to retire? Like, just post a number in here, to keep the same lifestyle. Just open question right now. Just let me know, how much do you think you need to retire? You need $1 million, 2, 5, 10. I mean, what would it be to maintain your lifestyle right now if you were to retire today? How much? Okay, that's a good one. 3.5. Yes, I agree. 3.5. These are really good numbers. Okay, 8. Okay. 2. Perfect. 2 is good. 3. 3 is actually an average. So let me tell you something. Investors feel that they need an average of $2.5 million to retire in retirement to maintain their lifestyle, according to a Legg Mason survey. And you would be surprised, you don't need a lot of money, because even if you have, like, let's say 2.5 million or 2 million or 3 million, and it's not hard to get there. Okay, it's not hard to get there through trading, through investing, because you have to do it wise. And you have to look at the dividend aspect of it as well, right? So when you have an amount like that, you have to think dividend, because basically that is dividend income. And not only that, but if the stock, for example, goes up, right, you're going to have extra income from that. So it definitely accelerates towards wealth. So here's the thing, about 2.2 million more than the average balance of the 385,000 those individuals actually had in their 401ks, IRAs, and similar retirement accounts. Okay. So I'm telling you that there are opportunities in the market. And one of these opportunities was last Friday or this Monday. And the next opportunity for this market is going to be on April 2nd. That is when the algos are going to start kicking in and firing. Because as you have noticed in the market right now, we have very low volume. Okay, so that is an indication that investors, traders, algos are sitting on the sidelines. So it is funny that people think that, you know, you need about $2, $3, $4, $5 million. Okay, but you're actually sitting right now or 200,000 or 300,000 or on zero. And I'm here to bring home for everybody that even thinks that, hey, I don't have any money in my retirement account. It's never too late, even if you're in your 40s or 50s, or even if you're in your 60s, to start generating income and actually put some money into your IRA account or into other long-term accounts. So welcome to the future of wealth creation, and get ready to unlock the fastest and smartest way to grow your money in 2025. Now, the hidden wealth secret of the top, not the first, but the top 1%, right? So what are they doing that other people are not doing? What are the top 1% doing, right? So basically they create multiple streams of income, right? And everybody knows that. So I have, clients in my swing trading services and to my day trading services that either have a full-time job or either have several gigs that they generate money from. And in today's market, yes, you can generate money from everywhere. You have a big following on a social media, start with an affiliate. With an affiliate sales type of business, right? So you could find those on Amazon. You could find those, and you have to enjoy what you're doing as well. Did you guys know that viewing movies on Netflix, okay, so basically Netflix can pay you for viewing and reviewing some movies, and you get paid, for that. So there are a lot of things that you can do in 2025 that were not accessible in 2020, or were not accessible, even in 2005 or 2010. So 2025 is the year of opportunities. One of the biggest things in trading is never to trade with fear. When your life depends on that trade, you're not likely to manage it correctly. So more than likely, you're going to mismanage that trade because of the fear of loss. And the fear of loss is real, okay? Nobody likes to lose. I mean, hands up, everybody. Who does enjoy losing in the market, whether it's day trading or swing trading? I mean, hands up, okay? Raise your hand. Not me, right? Nobody does. Right? So everybody comes into the market with the hopes of making money, but you have to be really educated on how to do that. And of course, money management is a really big thing. So swing trading is the way to multiply your money with precision. So if, like I said, it's one of the closest things that, and the easiest things at this point that does not necessarily require to run a big business and to have employees. Okay. All right. Absolutely. That is money management, Tim. Of course, control losses. And again, you're opening the can of worms here because all your losses, there are not small losses or big losses, basically. You have to have the same loss on each and every single trade. So you have to position size for your risk tolerance. So if your risk tolerance is of 2% per trade, then you should be risking 2% on each and every single trade, and not our standard size of shares that you take the trade with. Say, hey, I'm going to trade 1,000 shares of Apple. I'm going to trade 1,000 shares of Broadcom. I'm going to trade 1,000 shares of Microsoft. No, you have to position size for those. If that risk tolerance for you is 2%, then you have to control that. And of course, obviously, there are losses in trading. Nothing is without a loss. But here's what Warren Buffett said. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. So how can you make money while you're sleeping? Okay. How can you make money while you're sleeping? By swing trading or investing, right? So make money even if you have a full-time job, when you're on a vacation, or where you're anywhere in the world. So it doesn't matter where you are, as long as you have an internet connection, a trading platform, and a computer, you can trade from anywhere in the world. You can manage your money better than any professional. I had my money with professionals, and I have to say I paid a really big penalty for pulling my money out because they weren't controlling it properly, and that was a really long time ago. And that's when I took the decision to get into day trading and also continue to swing trade and invest. You are faced with huge fees charged for your long-term money. If you have a 401k or any other long-term account, you get monthly management fees were approximately $300 to $360. Mine were around $360 a month. Okay. And that is about $3,600 a year if your fees are only $300 in a month. And they don't care if you're losing money or if you're making money, right? Because as soon as you open a 401k, they throw your money into a fund, right? And whether it performs or not, they don't care, right? Because everything is done automatically. So you're just basically a barcode in their system. So think about this. You have a retirement account. You start working, you work for 30 years, and they manage the money for you. And basically, if you think about it, that $3,600 a year times 30 years is $108,000 in management fees. Do you want to make your broker rich? Now, who in here would like to make their broker rich? Go on vacation, and think about this is only one person, right? Think about it, right? And this is without lifting a finger, just the fees that they're doing. They're not managing anything because they throw your money into a fund and that's it. There's basically no management. They're not adding for you. They're not, what they're doing is you're contributing to that account every single month, and they're compounding, but it's automatic. The system does it for you. So why do I have to pay $300 a month just to have someone, do nothing for my account? Because again, funds do not care if you make money or even lose money. So here are some pitfalls that you can avoid, and these are the 5 mistakes that cost traders thousands of dollars. Number 1 mistake, chasing the wrong stock. Also, be very mindful to trade the right stocks and not the hyped ones. Don't sit around the water cooler discussion and, think about this and that and whatever. I know a lot of people that are doing that. That's not a good plan. Also, social media. That's also not a good choice. Make your own trading decisions. Learn how it's done. Create your trading universe that we're going to talk about today and stick with that. Mistake number 2, over trading and burning out. More trades does not necessarily mean that you're going to make bigger profits or more profits. Learn the power of patience. if you're hearing someone that says, I don't have patience, I'm jumping into this trade, or I jumped into this trade, that individual is an uneducated trader or investor, because an educated trader knows exactly what to do and when to do it, at which area on the chart, at which price to get it, at what is the trigger, what is the stop, and what the target is. So when you hear someone, I didn't have patience, I just jumped into the trade, good luck. Okay, so that's what I can say. Mistake number 3, trading without a plan. Taking random trades. If you take random trades, you're going to get random results. Okay, you need a proven strategy that is working for you. And once you have the strategy that is working for you, you could just tweak it. Okay, mistake number 4, letting emotions control your trades. Fear and greed destroy accounts. Here's how to stay disciplined. Have a solid money management plan. And like I said earlier to Tim, you need to decide what your risk tolerance is, how much you can stomach on a trade, and stick to that percentage. If you don't stick to that percentage, you're going to be all over the place. All over the place. You have to risk the same amount on each and every single trade. Okay? So therefore, if you lose on a trade, it's going to be very easy to recuperate the next trade. Because if you lose 1 R on a trade, the next trade you take, if it delivers 2 or 3 Rs, literally you're going to be 2 Rs up or even more. So it's very easy to come back from losses. Super easy to come back from losses, whether you're day trading or whether you're swing trading. And mistake number 5, not investing in the right education. Most traders fail because they go blind. Don't be one of them. You're here, so I know you're not one of those. Self-directed trading and investing is all about taking control of your financial future, managing your own money, and you have to learn to love your money. Because if you love your money, you're not going to do anything reckless like jumping into trades or chasing trades. Because what happens when you're chasing, right? When you're chasing, let's say you're chasing someone or a dog is chasing you. What happens? The dog is behind you, right? And it's always going to follow you. You want to be the one that is in the trade along with the algos, along at the same time with the institutional traders. And there are trigger points that show you exactly, I'm going to share some charts today, how you can do that. We were in, and I'm going to show you the cues, right? We were very conservative on some of the trades, but I took the cues. Did I take it last week? No, it was the week before. And I waited and waited and waited and waited until I'm scoring big time right now. So make your money work for you this time, because swing trading is basically all about generating cash flow. It generates income and it contributes to your wealth. And you're this way becoming a money magnet. And here's the fun part. You don't have to be a math whiz. You don't have to be some kind of super knowledgeable person about equations and stuff like that. No, you don't. And you don't need to have a finance degree either. Okay. So did you guys know that every year stocks will move about 20 to 30%, maybe more? Well, I'm going to show you some examples. And this happens a couple of times a year at least. For example, last year, what if I told you that it happened 3 times? That's right. So in 2023, we had a shift of 26%. We had a pullback. We had another shift of about 20%. And we had a pullback. We had another shift of 24%. That's about 74% in 2024. 70% without sitting in pullbacks, right? If you're an investor, obviously you're sitting through pullbacks. But if you're a swing trader, 26, 20, 24. Let's take a look at the cues right now. This is my entry price, $378.99. This is where I got it. How did I get it? You see this big volume spike? It showed me that the price action to the downside has completed. And it shows me that the possibility of reversal is imminent. Why? Hence the doji. Inside bar and doji. So there are very small signs that you learn through candlestick language that is going to give you precision. I bought it above the doji, placed my stop below the doji, and I'm still in the trade right now. Okay, you can see here, I took this snapshot around 10 a.m. You can see it right here. All right, $491. Okay, and it's topping a little bit. Why? Because it's getting very close to the 200 SMA. Okay, so what did we accomplish in this trade here? I know it took a little bit of time. Again, patience is a virtue, because other than that, a lot of traders would get in and they would see a little bit of a red bar. They would be freaked out and they were like, oh, you know what? Screw that. I'm just going to take my loss and I'm going to be done, right? No, you have to sit through the process. And we had to sit through the process, not one week, but and not 5 days, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. We had to sit here and tight until we had the gap up yesterday, and we have the continuation today. All right. Okay, here's another chart. This is the swing from January 2024, and this is in the SPYs. Take a look at the high here. So this is a 30% move. Bam. Whether you're an investor and if you decide to buy and just stick in, but even if you're on the investor side, learn to get it at the right time. And even when you're compounding, like I do understand in investing, the compounding is so important. It's actually one of the most important things that you need to do. Compound at the right areas, right? So when you're doing, I don't like to do my compounding automatically. Some of them do, some people do. I, however, am sitting in the front of the market almost every single day, and I like to have control about the areas where I compound. Okay, so I'm looking for pullbacks, I'm looking for different patterns and where I can compound so I can make the most of my money. So here's an example. Okay, short-term swings, right? So this is an example of, for example, Whirlpool, right? And this is one of the trades that we opened this year. And you can see here that we had a massive move off of this little rotation. So we had a base, we had a little bit of a slingshot, and I love these slingshots. You can see here the price has tons of affinity to the 50 SMA. By the way, the 50 SMA is the green line, the 20 is the blue, the pink is the 10 exponential, and I have the 200 simple moving average right here, okay? And here is our private feed for our members. And say if you have not taken profits in WHR, please do so, because we were up almost 5 to 6 R's in this trade. So if you risk $100, you would be up more than $600. Here's a trade that I shared with you guys for free when it was trading back here at $3. Okay, so every year we host a forecast webinar in the beginning of January, usually 2nd or 3rd or 4th of January. And we talked about this consolidation right here into the $3. This is FNMA. This is the Federal National Mortgage Association. And here it is jumping 63%. It is a $7 price tag on it per share. So again, very, very cheap. I'm going to share with you some more facts. But if you took it at, I took it actually at $3, and then I added here at $4.50. And today I added more to it. Okay. So here it is, 63%. Now take that and compare it to the, let's say 8% that the funds are providing you. All right. This is FNMA today. I add a little bit more today as it's approaching the breakout here. Okay. And this is a massive consolidation. It has a double bottom. It has resistance right here into these two peaks. And I add a little bit more here because it crossed over the first area in the core section of the base over this high, over these highs right here. So I add a little bit more. This is a long-term trade. It's not a swing trade, but it's a long-term trade. But even if you took it as a swing trade, when we called it in the room, so we called it first at $3 and then we called it at $4.50. And from $4.50 to $7.13, 63%. I don't know what's not appealing about that. So money managers and hedge funds live mostly off commissions and fees. You're just an account number to them. Whether the stock or funds performing or not performing, they're getting paid. Here's the reality. Barclay Hedge reported that over the past 5 years, the average hedge fund in its universe produced the net annualized gains of 7.2%, with a Sharpe ratio of 0.86%. That is really bad, and a correlation of 0.9%. I don't know about you guys. We could do much better. New reports find about 80% of active fund managers are falling behind the major indices. Oops. Okay. All right. Also try to find stocks that are flying under the radar. And always when the market is focused on Apple, Amazon, Tesla, I know the Max 7 is a fantastic choice, right? But did you know that there are thousands of other stocks that are on their own? They don't care what the market indices are doing. They don't care what the Qs, the SPYs are doing. So flying under the radar, there's always a bullish stock or a bullish market. You just have to look for it. And this is actually now. This is actually because I wanted to bring you a trade idea now. Actionable trade idea, not shoulda, coulda, woulda, to show you a chart from last year or 5 years ago, right? Which is not relevant. All right, like show me the money. Here's the beautiful breakout that is about to happen. Look at this low, higher low, higher low, higher low formation and a breakout. And this price is ready to rip on higher. This is FNF. This is the stock is FNF. Look at the gorgeous base potential breakout right here. Okay. Let's take a look at another stock here and the potential of trading with indicators. Like I said, I only trade with very few indicators, as you can see from the technical chart. Beautiful rotation off of the 200 SMA with a squeeze higher and then continuation and breakout higher. So the patterns are everything in trading. Always pay attention to what the candlesticks are telling you. Pay attention to what the patterns are telling you. So swing trading is the most effortless trading style. Why? Because you're not going to get stuck to the computer. So my swing trades, I typically look at around noon or 1 p.m. I don't look at any of my swings as they open, not unless I'm taking a position. So for example, yesterday I took Tesla. Okay, so I took a bunch of other trades I'm going to share with you in a second, and it gapped up. So I took it in the first 5 minutes from the open. So that is when, because everything was gapping up, so then I had to catch that beautiful run in Tesla as well. But I had to get, again, I had to pay a little bit of bigger price, okay? All right, but you need to know and respect the rules of the game. So you're only going to make money, and again, you're only going to make money if you learn the process and if you respect the rules of the game. Position sizing, entries, areas where to place the stop, knowing where to place the stop, knowing where to establish a target level, knowing how to trail a trade. This is the art of trailing, because anybody can just jump into a trade and, you know, the trade could go higher and they go like, yay, I made some money into it. But down the road, when you're going to encounter a difficult market environment, guess what? You may not have the same success. So it's not about the trade as much, but it's about the risk and the management. This is key for trading, okay? And everybody that is, there are a lot of trading psychologists that are trading, oh, you got to get your brain right. You got to get this. You got to get into a certain mood. You got to do this and that. Before you do that, I'm not saying that's bad. That's actually really good if you think that you have those kind of issues and those kind of problems that I think more than 80% of traders do not have. If they apply a good trading education and they develop their style, you don't need to go there. But some people just cannot do it. And they're, about 20% of the people that cannot do it, and they really need trading psychology help. But if you learn how it's done, you're gonna step away from that, because you're right on track, and there are very easy, simple methods that help you alleviate going into that direction. Okay, so why is it important to start trading right now? Because the money that you're not trading right now is burning in your account due to inflation. Okay. So who's doing trading for? First of all, busy professionals who want to manage their own long-term money in trading accounts, part-time traders who do not want to sit in front of the computer all day. And this is me. Like, I don't think I'm going to be day trading a couple of years from now, like realistically, right? because I want to generate all my income, can generate my cash flow through swing trading. And why? Well, because first of all, I do not want to get in front of the computer all day, or in fact, my all day here is about a couple hours because I day trade a couple hours. So all the results that you guys see from my day trading activity is basically from 2 hours. That's, mostly set. Retirees, if you want to supplement your income or pensions, generate more income, individuals of all ages who want a better tomorrow. Investors looking for faster returns. This is great. Okay. And entrepreneurs and business owners. Okay. So what do you do to get started? Number one, open an account. Do your due diligence. I'm not affiliated with any of these brokers right here. I'm just giving you ideas. I personally trade with Charles Schwab. TradeStation is great. Interactive Brokers is really fantastic for your swing trading because they offer a lot of advantages. You do your due diligence. So first of all, you need to open an account. The second step is to determine your risk and your risk tolerance, because if you lose, you shouldn't lose more than your risk tolerance. Okay. So if your risk tolerance is 2% per trade, and keep in mind, because there are going to be some days when you're going to be, let's say, trading, let's say five trades. Right? So if you take 5 trades, that's 10% risk, okay? All right, establish your game plan. So know exactly where your game plan is, whether you're going to trade with a trend, counter trend, squeeze, whatever, what have you. Your trading plan should dictate what you trade. You need to use stops. You need to use really good entry points. You need to use targets, and you need to determine your risk level. Step number 4 is create your trading universe. Create a trading universe that is a little bit diversified. Not necessarily you're going to trade just the max 7, right? So trade a little bit, like, I showed you some stocks earlier that are ready to break out. Make sure they incorporate them as well. So have some home builders, some tech, some utilities, some financials. So have a really good trading universe, and you could start off with 10 stocks. You don't have to start with 100 stocks. Start with 10 stocks and grow as you develop good trading habits. And step number 5 is creating a strategy, right? Again, trade the trend, trade counter trend, what stocks to trade. Again, it's all, the price range. You can select a price range. Let's say I want to trade stocks, and you create a trading universe of, let's say, 20 stocks that are trading between $5 and $20. And you watch those. You watch for daily setups, weekly breakouts, what have you. What kind of strategy is in your plan? So swing trading 101. Okay, so swing trading is the sweet spot between day trading and position trading and investing, right? It generates high probability trades, and it offers the best chances of success, the best return on your investment. Swing trading positions will be held from 2 days to a couple of weeks, or maybe more, because if the market is into a sideways phase, yes, you are going to live a little bit longer through those phases. And it focuses on the daily charts and the weekly charts. That is where you're going to find the best setups for your trades. And position trading, that's long term. Positions will be held from a few months to actually a few years. And it focuses on higher time frames. So you're going to be analyzing the monthly, quarterly, and annual charts. Swing trading and invested captures a portion of the swing from the low to the high based on technical analysis. But as with any kind of chart pattern, you're never going to nail the bottom and never going to nail the top, because your best interest is to capture the core right here, the core of the trade, because you're going to have the setup here, and this is going to be the rotation that is going to show you that the price action is pretty much done for this time around, and it's going to start pulling back. So again, swing trading is not about capturing the entire trend. It's about finding the best possible entry opportunities and profiting from the stock's momentum on the strong up moves or down moves, because if you have a retail account, you could go long and you could go short. Swing trading is this very simple strategy where you enter the trades when the price breaks above a pullback reversal. It has to do some kind of rotation at that point, or a buy pocket or a sell pocket. When you see the sell pocket, you exit if you're in a long. All right, so here is an example. So for example, here we have a base, right? So you can see the highs in here and you see the lows in here. This is the breakout point. This would be the entry. The lowest point of this base is going to represent your stop below the base. And then take a look at the movement that we have. Trailing spot would be extended. You have two options right here. For example, you can exit at this point if you don't like to live through pullbacks. Obviously not here because this is the base, so you had a lot of grind here. And in this case, you raise your stop. So once you initiate the trade here, you wait for a pivot to form before you raise the stop. You raise the stop, it's in sync with the 20 SMA right here. Beautiful trail stop. You're already up in this trade more than 2.5 hours. And you're getting another breakout. If you want to exit here at the first sign of reversal, you can do that. But you can see here that the price action is still maintaining the super powerful, super uptrend. It's above the 10 exponential moving average. It's rotating off of this point. So at this point in time, that's the trade that I did. And it rotated off of this level and it continued higher. This was my exit point right here at the first sign of the rotation. It's not hard, but you need to learn how it's done. So how to select winning stocks? Everybody wants to find out how I select my winning stocks. Well, it takes a proven strategy to select the high odds day trades or swing trades or even investment stocks or ETFs, whatever you're trading, even cryptos if you're interested in that. Well, the stock or the ETF needs to be really fundamentally sound for long or medium term. And the chart is going to tell you exactly how to analyze that. It's above the moving averages, volume, composite, etc. Then you have fundamentals that have to be in line with technicals. Now, you don't need to know a lot of fundamentals, but just look through the last 2 to 3 quarters to see how earnings have controlled and have performed and how the stock performed through those through that data, through the earnings reports. Buy stocks that are on sale. You're going to get the best return on your investment every single time. When I see a pullback into the market, it's celebration in our household because we're like, yes, make it drop even more, because we're going to get a better price and you're going to have a really nice foundation for another trigger higher. So do you really have to wait for like really massive opportunities, the ones that we had in 2000, 2008, 2016, 2020, etc.? Well, yes and no, okay? It's great if you are capturing one of these events. And the thing is that you don't know when these events are likely to happen, but welcome every single pullback that is happening. I heard a lot of traders saying and complaining, oh my God, the market is down. What do we do now? Fear, panic. Well, the fear shows up when you're, again, it's in line with the patience. Fear and patience come from lack of trading education. Here's another setup. Again, here, see the grind here, multi-year grind around the 200 SMA, finally breaking out, and the price is going higher, challenging the prior high. This stock definitely has room for much higher prices. Also, be in sync with the institutional footprints because they are the ones that are creating the follow through, right? So we have to navigate and we have to identify when these institutions see these trigger points. Now, I shared with you a date at the beginning of the presentation. I'm not going to repeat it, but those of you that remembered that date, that is when the algos are going to go wild. And I'm ready for accumulating massive positions if certain conditions are met. Now, there are all sorts of stocks. There are growth stocks, value stocks, income stocks, blue chip stocks, and penny stocks. I try to stay away from penny stocks 99.99% of the time. I love to trade blue chip stocks, okay? Now, when it comes to trading, no one has a crystal ball. It's just 99% hard work, and it's technical and just a little bit of fundamentals, okay? Pay attention to patterns that are really easy to trade. I think one of the easiest patterns to trade that doesn't necessarily require really big knowledge of market is a breakout, right? Because you could easily see and identify breakouts. These are ranges that are happening and they're very easy. You take it over the high and you place your stop below the low and you calculate your targets based upon the left-hand side of the chart to see where there's any kind of other resistance, or if you don't have any resistance and the stock is trading into all-time highs, then you are going to perform some Fibonacci extensions on it. So TradeOutLoud strategy, let me get you into what we do and how I find these trades. And this is actually a list of things that I do. I look for a good history of earnings, 3 years minimum. I look for companies that make a splash, have new product, new services launched, etc. I look at the technical chart. This is like one of the most important things. I look at the volume. I look at trends. I look at fib locations. Then I look for volatility contraction. This is something that I look at every single day when I'm day trading futures, and I look for in my swing trades, and even in my investments. I look for this volatility contraction. Remember, the biggest moves in stocks or in indices or whatever you're trading is coming from small, narrow range bars. It's not coming from a really wide, big bar. So wait for these contractions. Positioning with sector and indices, leaders and laggards, look for relative strength and weakness. This is what I do every day. Institutional participation accounts for 85% of the market volume, so make sure that you trade in sync with them. Pay attention to the trend. Trend is very important, and whenever you see a rotation that is happening off of a massive trend like this, always a great idea to buy. When to enter the trade. So entries are very, very interesting, and there should not be negotiated. And it's not about, oh, I'm going to enter it here because it's on support. Support is support until it breaks, and then you're going to find yourself that, oh my God, it didn't hold support, it just broke down, I lost my 2%. Or if you're not position sizing, you lost big, right? And you could have much cost you your account. But early entry points are within a potential leading stocks consolidation or reversal are from correction patterns. And that means rotation, whether up or down. So you got to look for those buy pockets. You'll look for the pullback, just like I showed you earlier in the cues. You'll look for that buy pocket and some signals like a doji or consolidation around a support zone. Take a look at this support zone right here. This is, by the way, Goldman Sachs, and look at the 200 SMA in sync with the prior resistance. This is minor support for current price action. This is only valid in uptrends, and here it is rocking it to the upside. So here are some rules. Trade stocks that have relative high volume, trade stocks that have a pattern of beating earnings, trade stocks that are ideally trade above the 20 and the 50 SMA, look for confluence zones, overlaps of the support zones or resistance areas, depending on long or short. And sharp pivots have an increased risk of failure. So if you're seeing 3 to 5 red bars and then an immediate reversal, think about that reversal. And you can trade the reversal through a counter, but don't have high hopes that it's going to go all the way up. You need a really nice consolidation. Okay, so let's talk about Stock Swing Trader. This is the oldest service. It's 10-year-old. That's right. TradeOutLoud is 10 years old. Wow, I can't even believe it. All right, so we have the Stock Swing Trader, and it is one of the oldest programs that we have at TradeOutLoud. It's one of the most successful programs because we have a lot of traders in our program that are very busy individuals, and they do not have time to manage trades. They do not have time to look for trades. And they want somebody to do all the work for them. And this is what I do at TradeOutLoud. So let's start making 2025 your best and the most profitable year ever. And by the way, we do have a full track performance of all our trades from 2010 till now on our website. I'm going to show you where you can look for that, because I know a lot of people are like, oh, show me the performance. Okay, now keep in mind, past performance is not indicative of future performance, but you could get an idea, like if I didn't have any losing years, is less likely that I'm going to start having a losing year now. I've been trading very close to 27 years now. So the Stock Swing Trader is delivered to you via email every single Monday. Now, because the price action was so rapid on Friday and we had a turnaround on Friday, the Stock Swing Trader was delivered on Sunday, because I don't want my traders to miss a beat, because I'm doing my work during the weekend, right? I want my traders to be informed as well, right? So I identified massive trading opportunities and a lot of stocks, and I'm going to share with you the list of stocks. Not sure that I have time to go through each and every single stock, but the Stock Swing Trader is delivered every Monday usually, and this is valued at almost $3,000 with all the research that is being done. I pay for a lot of the services that contribute to the Stock Swing Trader information that I provide, and I spend more, and I'm not exaggerating, more than $5,000 each month on these services, because these are professional services that I subscribe to, and scanners and what have you. And I provide a comprehensive market analysis, and I go from macro to micro. I provide new market focus and themes. We were able to see market rotations, whether the financial sector is rising, or let's say the tech sector is losing some momentum. So we're able to talk about these themes. We're talking about sector performances. So we analyze what happened within the last week into the sector performance and what's likely to happen into the following week. We look at market performance in general. We analyze the Qs, the SPYs, the diamonds. We analyze bonds, gold, etc., VIX, etc. We also provide the technical market overview for traders in a video. So I do about 30-minute or an hour videos every single week, in which I provide tons of information for the upcoming week. And not only that, but I provide information and analysis, detailed analysis about all the stocks that we will be taking that week. Also provide the earnings calendar. I provide the economic calendar and the impact for the week, and what is likely, and I talk in the video, what is likely to move that week because of that certain specific event. We do provide performance portfolio that is real-time access. So once you join the program, you will have access to this real-time performance portfolio. So if I post an update, you're able to see it right away. And you're also going to get access to my pre-launch, my investing picks, which is $3,500, which I'm going to share with you some of my investments that I have performed this year so far. Also, we do provide you with a private X feed. This is real-time market commentary, chart analysis, live trailing updates, and more. Because if you're busy at work, right, I teach you what you need to do. For example, at target 1, which is most likely to be hit in any kind of market environment, you're going to take some profits, and I share with you how much you need to take, or if you don't need to take profits at target 1. So I give you guidance on that. So it's hand-holding guidance that it's worth more than $2,000, because it doesn't leave you in the dark. It doesn't give you like, oh, I like Apple at, I don't know, 225. Okay, sayonara. No, I give you guidance as to where I see target 1, what the reaction is going to be into target 1, what the reaction is going to be into target 2, where we're going to be moving the stop, etc. You're also going to get a platform layout. Successful trading is not trading, and again, successful trading is about having not only the right strategy, but having optimized screens that you can use, and along with the indicators that are literally free for every platform. We don't use anything sophisticated. So the value of this is over $999. You have student personal support. If you have a question about the stock that I called, or a stock that you're looking at, you can email me and I will get back to you with full analysis on that, including in this program. So a lot of the traders that come to our system and into our program, they have trades that are active and they don't know, they're desperate. They don't know what to do with them. They don't know whether they can save them. So if you're underwater in a stock and you don't know what to do, you don't want to sell it, or you don't simply want to keep it, I could give you guidance by looking at the technicals, and I will come with a custom plan for you for that specific stock. This is priceless. I mean, who does that? Nobody. Like, tell me one program, tell me one trader that is doing that into their membership, because I haven't heard it. Okay. Also, risk sheet, because it's very important to position size, right? It's super important to position size to keep all your losses need to be the same. If you don't have your losses the same, so for example, if I lose on a trade, let's say I lose $5,000, that is my risk, right? So you're not going to see me lose in a trade $7,000 or $10,000 or $15,000 or $12,000. All my trades are going to have the same risk. And of course, you're also going to get a money management cheat sheet that is delivered with your email. So the total value of the package is over $16,000. Literally, that you would have to pay if you were doing this professionally with a firm, okay? With a big hedge fund firm. So stock swing trader is only 200, it's not 99, it's $299 a month, okay? And you have the link right here. Okay, here it is. These are some details about the program, so I'm going to give it here. I'm going to copy the link for you. I'm going to post it in here for those of you that are interested. And again, this is the high performing service. It is not something, that, and people are addicted to this. And once you get into the program, you're going to find people and you're going to find traders that have been with me. I mean, I'm telling you, for more than 10 years. For more than 10 years. And before establishing this program, I have been with these traders online on Skype for more than 7 years. So it's like over 17 years in which I have been sharing my trade ideas. So here's the stock swing trade. I pretty much, gave you a little rundown of what we offer here. By the way, we won the Global FinTech Awards for overall best financial literacy tool out of 400 companies, financial companies. So best financial literacy tool for education and for services and for results. Okay, so we are result driven. And here is, a little bit of rundown of what we do again. If you're interested, you can run down. These are two subscriptions that we offer. Obviously, this one is the more advantageous because this one, the yearly, you're only going to pay for 10 months. You're getting basically 2 months for free. And if you travel to the very bottom, you're going to have here view swing trading performance. Okay. And you can navigate here. Okay, through the years, you can see various years right here. This is the 2025, right? And again, to ensure privacy here, we haven't shared the February yet because these trades still open, right? So to ensure privacy and fairness, to prevent coattailing or copying of the trades, we will only share these trades after they have been closed. And I could give you a sneak peek right now of the trades that we have. These are the trades that we initiated yesterday morning. We had Tesla, Meta, Apple, Costco, FTNT, Marvell, Boeing, TTW, WGS, Comp, CVX, and ADPT. These are the trades that we have initiated. See the Q's trades right here? March 14th. Thank you very much. We bought it at $480. We already achieved the 485. We already achieved the 488. Let me just share with you the chart. Let me just go back in here. Okay, here we go. Let's take a quick look at the Qs right now. This trade alone could have paid, see the 492? Here it is. This is our entry, okay? This trade alone could have paid for your whole entire year of trading. So once again, when you join, you're going to receive a welcome email with all the instructions, and each Sunday night or Monday, depending on the market environment, because I have to keep in mind all the currents that are happening, you're going to get the stock swing trader. It's you're going to get full analysis right here. You're going to get a lot of information about the Qs, the SPYs. You're going to get access to the 2025 portfolio, which I already showed you, 2024, because we still have some trades, long-term trades ongoing over there. You're going to find major earnings, major economic events, sectors, performance for the week, and of course, analysis on that. Also, take a look at the sneak peek at the investment. These are some of the stocks that are added, that have been added to my investment, because I share whatever I add to my investing account. Again, this is going to be for free until the summer, and we're going to have a separate service for investing starting June, in which we're going to share more information and education about investing. That is like literally the best thing ever. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I know my time is almost up. I still have about 4 minutes to go. So once again, if you're interested, oh, and by the way, this is our private feed right here with the updates. Let me just update this real quick here. Okay. All right. Okay, so you can see here, I've mentioned today some VIX updates. I don't trade options, but you can use our swing trades to design your own options trades. For example, this is the VIX indicating that the market may start moving higher. So isn't this crazy pants? I mean, we're giving you all the information. You can see here, it is you market higher, market short term, higher here. So we know how to put everything together to make the best trading, to take the best trading decisions. Here's an update of the Qs. All right, 2 more trades posted into the performance portfolio. Tesla, somebody was asking me here about Tesla. Okay, so let me just put it up here before my time is up completely. All right, here's Tesla. Here it is. All right, this is the entry. Okay, so this trade alone could have made your yearly, not your monthly. You should forget about the monthly, your yearly. All right, so if you guys are interested, once again, this is the stock swing trader right here on our website. The link is posted in the room. I'm going to post it again. If you're interested, feel free and join. All right, and if you have any questions, just let me know. I still have, like, I don't know, about 2 minutes left. I think, David, yeah, before my time is up.
Yeah, a couple minutes.
Yeah, so yeah, this is the time. If you have questions, if you have any question about a stock, I'm going to talk about futures on Wednesday. We have some massive year in futures. We have a massive trade in gold and copper this year that deliver, even if you were trading with micros, thousands of dollars, thousands. Could have quadrupled your account in 2 months. The copper trade is insane. But we're going to talk about that, and I'm going to share you my stats in copper. It's outstanding. All right. So I guess, David, this is it. Good luck. Everybody, you guys here have a really fantastic lineup today and tomorrow, and like incredible lineup this time around. So I really hope you enjoyed this presentation, and I'll see you guys next time.
All right, thanks, Anka.
Thanks, David.